Morning, guys. Thanks for watching the YouTube series on Trailblazing channel. Appreciate everybody with all the positive comments and remarks reaching out and just saying all good things. I really appreciate that. So just to get everybody up to date here on where I'm at and where we're going. I'm just leaving the Blackburn Trail Center in Virginia, Northern Virginia. So we're just about out of Virginia, getting pretty close. But yeah, we stayed at the Blackburn Center last night. They were having a free 4th of July cookout. So, to stay there, it was donation based. So that was pretty kind and pretty great to enjoy a 4th of July cookout. They had burgers and hot dogs. They had veggie options too for vegetarians. We shucked corn, had a whole bunch of corn. So, and we can't forget the cookies. We had chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin. So yeah, it was pretty good. It was great. We were able to see some fireworks too. So yeah, it was pretty fun. It was great. It's a great way to end the day. So this morning it's pretty foggy, as you can tell, on trail. I'm going to catch Coco. She's a little bit ahead of me. We're about 12 miles outside of Harper's Ferry today, which is I think probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, landmark of the Appalachian Trail. It's people call it the psychological halfway point. So it's not technically, mathematically, mileage wise halfway, but I guess it's home of the ATC, which is the Appalachian Trail Conservancy. So they're based out of Harper's Ferry. So I guess it's a really nice trail town. So yeah, we're shooting for Harper's Ferry tonight. We'll be there. Well, actually, we'll be there in like 3-4 hours. It's only 12 miles, so at the pace we're at, and I heard it's pretty. You can tell right now it's relatively flat. So I heard it's gonna be like this terrain all day. So we've met up with Flamingo's friends and brothers. There's 3 of them, so we met up with them 2 nights ago at the Bear Chase Brewery. They are hiking 2 days with us, so this is their second day right now. We hiked like roughly 10 miles yesterday at the end of the roller coaster, and so now we are hiking the remainder 12 miles to Harper's Ferry, where we will take a 0 and hang out with them outside of trail. So they've had it pretty easy, and with regards to how the trail usually goes. I mean, we decided to stay at a shelter last night, or we started to stay at a shelter 2 nights ago, and or not a shelter, I'm sorry, a hostel. So we stayed at a hostel 2 nights ago with them, and that was nice. I mean, the whole idea was for them to experience more like trail life. So we were shooting for a shelter, to give them the shelter idea, just to get them to feel like how it is to be on trail. But it was raining, so we decided to go to the hostel instead. And then last night, we were gonna shoot for a shelter, but we ran into 2 guys on trail that said there was no water at the shelter and that we would have to redirect to the Blackburn Trail Center to get water from the spigots. So as we were approaching, we saw a sign that said cookout tonight at the Blackburn Center. So we said, hey, let's get water, let's go eat dinner. And they have a bunkhouse. It's donation based, so we all decided to stay there instead. So it was great. It worked out. So yeah, they're just getting up right now, and we'll all meet up here at Harper's Ferry. So where we left off last was I was heading towards the Devil's Backbone Brewery. We stayed there. It was amazing. It was an amazing brewery. We got a hitch into the brewery from section hikers. There were three older gentlemen section hiking the Appalachian Trail, and they've done it for many years now. They just randomly pick spots. So yeah, they put us in the back of their truck, and we drove the 4 miles from Reed's Gap down to the brewery, and they were great. They actually, upon us leaving, like, they gave us $20 to go get. They said the beers were on them, so, which is surprising. It's usually the other way around. We usually kind of donate something towards a trip, getting rides or whatever, but they were just so nice, and it's just kind of how the way the trail goes out here. It's a whole different mentality and lifestyle, just in so many different regards, but everybody seems to be much kinder outside of normal life, I guess. But maybe that's just my impression, but everybody would say the same. Just for the section hikers, just to give us money was very surprising, and very, it was so great. So yeah, that was awesome. It was a good way to start our experience at Devil's Backbone. I'm glad we stayed there. They have free camping. It's very hiker friendly, the Devil's Backbone Brewery. It's just a beautiful setup they have. It's like almost like a college campus with many different buildings spread out through the property. But it's very hiker friendly. They offer free camping on premises at the Grove, which is like a little section of woods in a field. And but they have so much there. They have like the restaurant portion, and then where they brew beer, and they also distill spirits. They have like a craft coffee ice cream place. They were offering $5 hiker breakfasts, which were fantastic. The coffee was really good. I think I got a latte, but I mean, regardless, it was an awesome experience. They had a stage there. They do music festivals, so it's kind of geared towards, the whole brewery idea is like kind of geared towards bringing in live music. They hold the Hoopla Music Festival there, Music and Arts Festival, every year there, which it's right up my alley. I love music festivals. Being a 5-year Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival veteran, I was surprised to see that Hoopla was actually at the Devil's Backbone Brewery. So yeah, they had so much to offer there. They had an outside bar. There was a shanty there. You could buy craft cigars. There was a bathhouse for the hikers, a very nice bathhouse, this was all free showers, free camping. They actually had I know this is a lot of not trail stuff, but it's kind of stuff that brings the morale up when you get back on trail, and just an interesting experience all around. But they also had the brewery also had a garden, organic garden, where they grow their own vegetables. So all the plates were, relatively, going towards organic stuff. So I don't know, it was a fun experience. I'm glad we decided to camp there and shoot there. So yeah, after leaving the Devil's Backbone Brewery, we did 19 miles or so to Waynesboro, which it's one of the most hiker-friendly towns we've come across so far. They do everything's geared towards hikers. Actually, we were coming off trail. We weren't even off trail yet. I was hiking with Coco that day, and we probably had like a quarter mile left to just get to the trailhead in Waynesboro, and some guy was hiking in, and as we were hiking out, and he was like, "Are you guys through hikers?" And we were like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Do you guys need a ride?" And we were like, "Well, you're going in to go hike." He's like, "Well, that's no big deal. I can hike later." And so he ended up giving us a ride to the the Quality Inn where we were staying. But it just, another thing that, just, it's amazing. Everybody's just so willing to lend a hand and help out hikers, and he was fantastic. He was really fun. He knew a lot about the trail, a lot of knowledge about the trail. So yeah, we ended up going to the Quality Inn in Waynesboro, where we met up with Coco's mom. Her trail name is Share Bear. So Coco has had every family member of hers out here so far on the trail hiking with her. Her dad did the Smokies, and her sister Zena, which was out here, her name's Erica, she was out here with us during the Grayson Highlands. And Share Bear is going to be doing the Shenandoahs with us. So we met up with Share Bear, and we hit trail the following day, and we did low miles. It was great. I've been having feet issues, so we went pretty slow the first couple days, which was fantastic. The Shenandoahs, you need to have a permit for overnight backcountry camping. So we registered on a permit before entering, and it was a nice park. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting it to be. And I hate to even have expectations of anything out here, because it kind of can, skew your perception of just how you think something should be. So I guess my idea of the Shenandoahs before was, just a very, very, kind of like the Smokies, like a beautiful, majestic area, which it was, but it was more touristy than anything. So it was kind of like a Clark Griswold, vacation, sort of, in that kind of way. They had all these different they called them waysides. So every 10, 15 to 18 miles there was these waysides that had there was a bunch of food there and resupply stuff. So we ate really well there. We actually had way too much food because we packed out food, and then we came across the waysides, and as a hiker, you're not gonna not get good restaurant food, so which was fantastic. I mean, we ate some really good food. One of the waysides was very fancy, and we were kind of out of place there. It was not a suit and tie kind of joint, but I mean, it was kind of close to that. Had that kind of feel. So the food was expensive, at least at that wayside, but it was very, very worth it, and it was good. So yeah, the other waysides were kind of like general camp stores, and they were more relaxed, and in that regard. So I don't know, it was a good time. Shenandoahs was good in that regard. It was a beautiful park. It wasn't as great as I thought it was going to be. I don't know if that's just because I've been out here for a while, or this or that, but I mean, in all reality, it was great. So I mean, there was plenty of good views, and so the Shenandoahs is home of I think everybody keeps on saying it's the most dense population of black bear in the world is right through the Shenandoahs. So I did see black bear. There was signs for black bear activity everywhere, and the park rangers were driving around, because the trail actually crosses the Skyline Drive road many times. So so we ran into park rangers that were saying, be careful with the black bears, hang your food, just all the precautions. So, we did see black bears. I saw 2 black bears. There was a decent sized bear, and then there was a baby cub we saw. I didn't get footage of the baby cub on the way out of the Shenandoahs. But, there was many deer. I mean, and the deer were very not skittish, and they were very almost domesticated, like animals. It was weird. We just walk right up to them, and they would just hang out, and we probably saw at least 12 to 15 deer, and yeah, they wouldn't run off. They'd actually come right up to us. One day, me and Coco were hiking, and it was at the end of our day, and there was a thunderstorm coming through, and so we decided to pitch our tents. And after the storm blew by, there was these two deer that, you know, they were literally coming up to our tent and just, you know, eating outside of our tent. And, you know, we were talking, and, you know, they didn't care. They'd run off, you know, a couple times, and they'd come back. And so it's just a pretty weird thing, but it was interesting. It was cool to see all that. So yeah, there's a lot of good stuff that we saw in the Shenandoahs. So after we got through the Shenandoahs, we stayed at a motel in Front Royal, Virginia. Coco and Flamingo both had packages being sent to the post office there, so we had to you know, go in town and get the packages. So it was great. I was actually sent trail magic by both Flamingo and Coco, their family. So it was nice. I got a awesome spoon. It's a fork and a spoon, a wooden fork and spoon combo from Erica Zena, who was out here hiking the Grayson Highlands with us. That's Coco's sister. It was great. It actually has like an engraved AT symbol, and it has an engraved flip on there with a sandal, which is awesome. It was so great, and I was so thankful to get that. So just wanted to say thanks, Erica, and I appreciate you. So I wish you were still out here. So yeah, and I also got from Flamingo's mom, she makes bracelets, so I got a bracelet from her. So like our whole family has a bracelet now. And then I also, Flamingo's mom, she goes to Bonnaroo, the music festival. So if anybody knows me, I love Bonnaroo. I've been 5 times, so it's great to know that she went. And so I was sent trail magic from Bonnaroo. I got an awesome Radiate Positivity bandana, which I wear on trail now, like every day. So, and I got a bunch of like the Bonnaroo newspapers from the festival. Yeah, it was great. I you know, I love the bandana and everything that she sent me. So, yeah, I wanted to say thanks to Flamingo's mom. I appreciate you too. And then we headed for trail that next day. We did 5 miles into probably the nicest shelter we've stayed at yet. It's very well maintained. They cut the grass there. There's like planted flowers out there. You can play horseshoes. They have a horseshoe pit, and they also have a shower, which I thought was pretty awesome. The whole place was very well maintained and very clean. So that was a great experience staying there. And then after that day, we were heading towards a section of the trail that everybody's been talking about. It's called the roller coaster. It's basically the terrain of Georgia condensed into a small 14-mile section of the Appalachian Trail. And what I mean by that, it's just like lots of straight ups and straight downs. So that's why they call it the roller coaster. But we keep on talking like it would be bad at the end of like a 20-mile day. But we broke it up. We actually camped right before it. So we did the majority of it on one day, and then we did the remainder of it with Flamingo's brother and friends when they showed up 2 days ago. So it wasn't too bad. Plus, I mean, we've done quite a bit of miles so far, so we're kind of used to the terrain. So, but yeah, speaking of lots of miles, we did hit our 1,000-mile mark 2 days ago. Yeah, through the roller coaster. So during that time, we hit our 1,000 miles. So very excited about that. We're coming up on the halfway point mileage-wise. So it's pretty wild. I can't believe that the trails, you know, as much as time slowed down here, it's still, you know, like, wow, it's almost halfway through. So it's pretty amazing, you know, to think that, you know, like almost 3 months ago started and still going every day. So yeah, we was it two yesterday? We came across the West Virginia border, so I think it just crossed for a short time, and then we're back into Virginia now. I haven't looked at the map, so I'm not gonna say that we're completely out of Virginia yet, but I know it's coming. I think it's officially like right past Harper's Ferry somewhere, but I'm not all up to date on the specifics of the trail. I just kind of let the trail naturally unfold and not do much research. There's a lot of people out here that know like everything about the trail, and it's just, I don't know, I think it kind of takes away from the experience a little bit. I mean, I love the trail, but I like to just naturally discover it, as I walk it. So that's kind of my approach to the trail. But yeah, each their own. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly if we're past Virginia yet, but yeah, it's been like 500, 600 miles or so of Virginia. I think from what I hear, Virginia's like 25% of the trail. So I know we're getting to the point of almost being out of it. So getting excited for that point. So yeah, we were coming out of a section of the roller coaster, and we went to it's called Bear Chase Brewery. There's a lot of breweries on the trail, as you can kind of get the idea. But yeah, we went to the Bear Chase Brewery. Very nice. The atmosphere there is great. I wouldn't say it's as nice or fancy as the Devil's Backbone. I think that's going to be quite a hard brewery to, the Devil's Backbone's insane, but the Bear Chase is very nice as well. We stayed there for like 8 hours and hung out on the deck and ate a lot of food. That's the day we were meeting with Flamingo's brother and friends, so we just hung out there to meet them. So it's nice. We ate. They had pizza there and pretzel and beer cheese and all that. So it was nice to hang out. We got some beers, and there was a storm that came through. We saw a rainbow. So yeah, it was a nice, relaxing day. I actually took a nap too, so got a lot done at the brewery. So yeah, that's where we're at now. After the Flamingo's brothers and friends, they met us that night at the brewery, and we head out the next day. We stayed at a hostel that night and head out the next day to finish the roller coaster. And we finished the roller coaster yesterday and stayed at the Blackburn Center last night, had a cookout. And so yeah, that's where we're at right now. We are heading towards Harper's Ferry, Virginia, and we'll be there about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the evening.
it resorts.
Right? That's a good opener or closer.